Hey watch people, this is Hector from Winding Crowns, and today we're going to take a quick look at this right here, the Hamilton Khaki in 38 millimeters. First of all, I want to thank again Richard at Saltzman's for sending this in. I appreciate it, Richard. This is the 38 millimeter variant. I've actually had the 42 and really liked it. I have a 7.5 inch wrist, so the 42 fits me well. The only issue is that it's a field watch, right? And a 42 millimeter field watch is already kind of on the big end for a field watch. 42 millimeters is fine for a diver, and it's fine for a pilot watch. For a field watch, not so much. But for a 7.5 inch wrist, it fit me well. Just like I said, it just didn't feel right being so big for being a field watch. So regardless of if I could pull it off or not. And I think what really made that one too big was the long lug to lug. Field watches tend to have a long lug to lug, especially if you're dealing with Hamilton field watches. So Richard was kind enough to send me the 38 millimeter, which, although 38 millimeters is small in today's standards, especially on someone with a 7.5 inch wrist, it is a field watch and it gets a pass. But guys, the lug to lug is what really helps this one. It actually helps fill up some of that wrist that normally a 38 millimeter watch with a short lug to lug would not do. So I love that it fills up the real estate on the wrist really well, better than your average 38 millimeter watch. Also very thin. That is awesome because, you know, a field watch shouldn't be very thick, right? It's not a diver and it's not a pilot watch, so it's going to go under the cuff very easily, as you can see there. Very nice horizontal brushing. You got your brushing on the top of the lugs. Here's the crown side with the nice horizontal brushing. The only polishing you have on this is that big crown, which is non-screw crown, right? It's just a push-pull, but it's high polished, and I like the fact that it has, see if I can get in there, the vintage H. See that? Also has very nice knurling on it for easy change of time and date. And the only other thing that's polished is the bezel, but the bezel isn't very big, so you don't really show, you're going to show scratches, but it's not much of an area to scratch because the bezel is thin. Just really nice watch. Here is your bracelet. The bracelet looks like a 3-piece bracelet, but the reality of it is the center is divided in 2 pieces. So you actually have this piece, 2 more pieces in the middle, and then another piece. So it's actually a 4-piece bracelet, but looks like a 3-piece. That line is not just an engraved line. It is actually the line formed by the 2 pieces. It's very cool. Then you have a fully milled clasp. And this clasp here is relatively thin and fits the bracelet very well. It is a small clasp with 2 pushers, fully milled on the elbow inside part of it, and the clasp itself. It's all milled, and it has a 2 micro adjust. Some people complain that it's not enough. I could take it or leave it because I was lucky enough to be able to remove link. I think I just had to remove 1 link actually, and then I left it all the way out, and I have more than enough wiggle room, but not too much. It's a real nice small clasp. It's not dainty, it's just smaller, but it does the job. It's a nice little clasp, as you can see. Let me see if I can pull out a little bit so you can see better. See that? I mean, nothing crazy, just a small clasp, very thin, 2 micro adjust, fully milled, does the job, fits the watch very well. Overall, it's a really nice watch. You do have the ETA running in there, and of course they do some of their magic at Hamilton to get it to do 80-hour power reserve. So you're not going to have your typical 40-hour power reserve. They're taking this up to double by slowing down the ticking. So you're not going to get that. I mean, you still get a really nice sweep, just not going to get it as smooth as it could be. But you know what? I don't care. I like the 80-hour power reserve way more than... I don't really even notice the difference in the sweep, to tell you the truth. But I do notice the 80-hour power reserve. You got your solid end pieces. Very nice. Sapphire crystal. And I like this because I remember, for some reason, I remember this watch has been around forever, right? Of course, this is a new one, but this iteration of the field watch in 38mm stainless steel automatic has been around for a while. But for some reason, I remember it being 50-meter water resist. This one is 100. So I guess they took it up. I mean, somebody chime in if I'm wrong, but I always thought it was 50, and they've jumped it to 100, because this is 100 for sure. Just look in the back there. See if we can zoom in a little bit. See that? Water resistant, 10 bar. You have model number, Swiss made. You have the serial number. So, you know, it's definitely 100 meters. So that's really good for not having a screw down crown. But, you know, your 5KXs from Seiko are 100 meter and they don't have a screw down crown. So, but yeah, it's a really, really nice watch. I really do enjoy it. Let me put it on the wrist. You can see they still have stickers on there. Inside of the clasp has stickers. There it is, guys, on my 7.5-inch wrist. I think for a field watch, it does a really good job. I like it. I am not dissatisfied with the size. I knew getting into it that a 38mm would be small. But like I said, it gets a pass because it is a field watch. If you look back in the history books, field watches that the military wore were 34, 33, 32. Dudes, the Datejust is 36. The Rolex Datejust is a 36. And there wasn't a field watch, not one, that was 36. And a lot of you guys think 36mm Datejusts are too small. Well, the field watches were smaller than that. You're looking at 33mm on those field watches, 32mm. This is a 38. So it's not small in the context of what it is, which is a field watch, but in today's times, it would be small. But really, on a leather, I think it would wear much smaller because, you know, for some reason, leather straps always make things look smaller. But on a bracelet, when you feel that weight and the way it connects, you know, and tapers on the wrist, you feel that weight, you feel that presence. It's like one solid block of stainless steel on your wrist. It just wears much bigger. Well, I shouldn't say much bigger, but it wears slightly bigger, right? And it's very wearable. I would not trade this for the 42 mil. Like I said, I've had the 42, and it felt like a big ass pilot watch, and it's a field watch, so I don't want the feeling of a big ass pilot watch when I'm wearing a field watch. I want a pilot watch to feel like a pilot watch, a diver to feel like a diver, which is why I don't mind helium escape valves and 14mm plus thickness on a diver. It's a damn diver, right? Yeah, I prefer a thinner diver, but I'll excuse a wide, thick diver. Pilot watches as well, but not a field watch. You can't have a big old, you know, monstrosity and call it a field watch. So I think Hamilton really does a good job on this. I don't know if there's any AR guys. I don't see any. If there is, it's very, very light, but I don't care. In my eyes, Hamilton can do no wrong. I love Hamilton. I love what they do. I love their field watches. Slightly domed sapphire crystal. Their lume is a little better than it used to be. I'll do a loom shot here. 20 millimeters between the lugs, which is perfect. I think it's like 46 millimeters lug to lug distance, so that's pretty. It's small but big for a 38 millimeter, but that's what gives it a little bit of wider stance on my wrist. If it were too small, I wouldn't wear it. But let's get those lights off. There it is, guys. Let me zoom in on it. Nothing outrageous, right? But it is better than what they used to be. Like I said, I feel like they used to be 50 meters water resistance. Now they're 100. I feel that their loom used to suck. Just the hands loomed a little bit and the indices didn't. Now the numbers glow. I don't recall if they ever did. I know on the 42, I don't think the numbers glowed. Just these dots next to the numbers used to glow a little bit, and they would fade immediately. I don't recall the 42 millimeter having glowing Arabic numbers. Maybe the new ones do. You can chime in and tell me if the 42 does now, but this one definitely has loom on the numbers, which is not too crazy, but it's there. And the hands glow really, really good. I have wore this once to sleep, and at 4 in the morning, I can still see the time. So for a Hamilton field, that's pretty damn good. Anyway, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, then please subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about the channel. Hit the bell icon so you're notified of the next video. Hit that like, guys. It really does help me. It does help in the growth of the channel, and, you know, for that like. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps me, and I do really appreciate it. And leave comments, guys. Just a thumbs up. Hello, Hector. You know, I like that watch. I don't like that watch. I have that watch. Whatever. It also helps. So thank you very much, guys, for being with me today. I do appreciate you guys that are subscribed and that do watch. And remember to never stop winding crowns. Thanks, guys.